an eye for an eye only ends up making the world blind. After World War II in 1945, an organization, and after the ineffective League of Nations, a new organization had to be created. That's why in 1945, the name of United Nations started to circulate around the world thanks to Winston Churchill and Franklin Roosevelt, who signed the Declaration of the United Nations. That declaration made officially and state the cooperation between the Allies and other nations during the World War II. Nations such as, and it was until October 24 in 1945 that the United Nations was officially founded with 51 members, and with 51 members, with countries such as United States, Australia, Argentina, Mexico, Great Britain. And everyone believed that the United Nations work together to maintain peace around the world, to make the enforcement of international law, economic progress, social progress, easier for countries around the world, and most important, to prevent future world wars. But we really don't know what the UN has been doing through the years. We don't know what is behind the good side of the UN.
Let's take a closer look of the work of the UN. First of all, the UN is formed by 190 countries, of which 5 of those countries are the permanent members. The permanent members, first of all, is Russia, Germany, China, United Kingdom, and of course, the United States. These are the countries that sponsor all the resolutions. These are the countries that are responsible of accepting all the resolutions. Also, these countries are the ones that have the veto power. What the veto power means? The veto power is the authority to deny any resolution proposed by the other countries. For example, if in a debate all countries propose a solution and 99 of the countries are in favor, but the United States is against that resolution, the resolution won't pass because he has the veto power. Any of these countries have the authority to deny any resolution proposed. This is a big problem in the UN because with this kind of authority, these countries, well, we know that most of these countries don't have the same beliefs or the same, let's say, when they seek resolutions, these countries seek for their own benefits. That's why sometimes it's very, very difficult to accomplish and to pass a resolution because they have different benefits and they all seek their own goods. Another problem is the United Nations lack of authority. The best example that we all know is when the United States invaded Iraq. The UN did not support this invasion, obviously. However, the United States is a permanent member, and he also, well, the countries are not obligated to respect the United Nations resolutions. So in this case, the United States act freely against the will of all the countries against the invasion of Iraq. Another thing is that the UN has also economical problems. For example, there are many problems around the world, and those problems have to be solved, well, investing money. For example, if you want to clean the ocean, you need to invest a lot of money to take boats and clean all the ocean. However, for example, if a certain issue doesn't concern a country, that country won't support economically that problem. For example, if, I don't know, some children are starving in Africa, that's not a problem that directly concerns the United States. And the United States is a permanent member. He's a sponsor of the resolutions. He won't he won't give any money to that problem. So the United Nations has a lot of economical problems, and that's why a lot of resolutions cannot be passed because they have no country supporting those actions that had to be taken.
Also, another problem is between, well, is the blue helmets. Even though that the main purpose of the blue helmets is to prevent conflicts or to maintain peace, they have been criticized in several occasions for doing actions against the human rights. A good example is what took place in 1994 in Rwanda, when the blue helmets were accused for letting the Tutsis, that's a civilization a small civilization, they were accused for letting them being exterminated in the hands of the Hutu. Another example, it took place in Haiti in 2007, when the blue helmets were accused for raping raping the civilians over there. In conclusion, we have determined that the main difficulties in the UN are the lack of commitment. Like my teammate said, if a problem is not big enough to affect them, the 5 members, like the 5 primary members, they won't do little to solve it. Also, like he said, sometimes there's not enough money to do or to solve problems like that. It won't matter to them. Also, like doing actions that the other members did not accept, or doing actions just by themselves without asking the other members, also affects like the union. The union, it is needed to solve or to get peace in the world, and the UN is more symbolic that it is functional. So, that's it.